Hello everyone, welcome to Learn Chess Strategy live stream. This is our today's part 2. So today, as usual, we are going to play a game versus Lee Chess Stockfish 16 with level 3. Let me start a game first. Okay, so I'm going to the home page there, play with the computer. Okay, then we are selecting the level 3 today and clicking on the random. Alright, so there we go. Okay, we got the white color and we are playing as a white and against stockfish level 3. So let's start with pawn e4, king's pawn opening. Okay, so there is pawn e5. Okay, so this basically controls the center, opening the queen and opening the bishop. Now, best response is knight f3, getting our knight in the game and attacking on the center pawn. Okay, so here black played knight opposite knight, defending the pawn on the center square e5. Okay, so now we'll go with bishop c4, Italian game, controlling the center square and attacking towards the pawn. Alright, so black played, computer played pawn d6. So it looks like a mistake. Black is blocking their already open bishop, which is not a good sign. So what we can do is we can go with pawn d4 or we can go with castling. Okay, so we can have one more plan, pawn c3 and then pawn d4 to have a very good center control. But when we play pawn c3, there is always a fear of knight f6 attacking on the pawn and we won't be able to play knight c3. That's why let's go with castling first. So this increases the king safety and when knight f6 comes, we can use, okay, so we can use our rook e1 to defend this pawn on the center square. Alternatively, our bishop is already eyeing on the f7 square and our knight is already on the f3 square. So we can do something like knight g5, defending our pawn as well as creating two attackers on f7. Okay, so here black is defending with bishop e6. So here we have two attackers, bishop and knight, but black has only one defender. That is our choice which piece we want to keep in the game. Okay, so for longer term, we should keep the bishop because bishop can help us to block the castling on either side. So that's why in order to keep the bishop in the game, we should capture with knight first. So knight capture bishop is good move here. Pawn capture. Okay, so now capturing the free pawn. Okay, so here this diagonal is open and we are having light square bishop. Okay, so right now opponent played queen e7 attacking a bishop and probably preparing castling on the queen side. Okay, so where can we save our bishop? If we go bishop d5, probably knight would capture and we would lose all the advantage. So what else we can do here? Let's say bishop c4. Okay, so bishop c4, then we might lose pawn here. All right. And bishop to b3, the knight would come and attack us. Okay, so far it seems we should go to bishop c4 on a safe square. Yeah, so as predicted, black played castling on the queen side. So now this game is opposite side castling. That means we have played castling on the king side, whereas black has played castling on queen side. So in this situation, the basic attacking practice is we have to use flank pawns to destroy the pawn structure above the castling. Before we start this, we should get a bishop and knight from the queen side also. For that, let's play pawn d3, getting our bishop in the game. Okay, so here Jack is playing pawn d5 to open the center. So there are two attackers, so no need to think much. It is pawn takes pawn. Okay, so here it seems Black is ignoring the pawn on the center and attacking our bishop. So we have a couple of choices. We can go bishop to b5, we can go bishop b3, or we can simply play a pawn b3 to open the rook file. How? After pawn b3, if knight capture bishop, we could capture back with our pawn. So this is how we can open rook files. Okay, so what to do now? I think if we go to bishop b5, rook will capture the pawn and probably attacking our bishop. So it is better. Let's play. Oh yeah, we can also move our bishop back. Yeah, so let's move our bishop back. In case knight capture bishop, we can capture back with our rook pawn and we can open the center. Okay, so now opponent knight is on the center square. If we capture the knight, opponent can easily capture us. Okay, so what we can do is we can give this check for a while, but it seems there is no advantage. All right, no problem. A bishop e3 could be really powerful towards the queen side, but the only challenge is after bishop e3, knight could capture us. So go with knight c3, adding one more attacker on knight. Okay, opponent captured our knight. Yes, it is a good one. So opponent is basically helping us to open rook. So after pawn takes c3, this is a semi-open file on b. Okay, so now our bishop could be useful. So let's keep our bishop on a safe square. And also bishop f4 is possible, queen f3 is possible. So let us keep our bishop in the game because having both the bishops in the game is an advantage. So let's go with bishop a4, not allowing opponent to exchange this bishop. Okay, so opponent played pawn f6. Now I see a small mistake that black is blocking the square for the knight, which is not a good sign. What else we can do? So first of all, let's get our rook in the game. Rook b1, rook on the semi-open file. Okay, so black played queen e6. Why? So basically, black is trying to attack with queen on this many directions. Out of this, pawn on a2 is the only concern. Okay, so what we can do is now we can go with rook b2. So we are defending pawn on a2 square, and after a couple of moves, let's say bishop and queen, we can get our rook, can create a battery. Okay, so now bishop f3. Yep, this is a bit surprise for us. Like I forgot to check the bishop can attack our rook. So now how can we save? Okay, so yeah, by moving our bishop back, sorry, rook back. Okay, so now bishop is back. Okay, nothing to worry about. So it was discard attack on the bishop, but black chose run away rather extending on e1 square. Anyways, let's continue for the development. Okay, so there could be a small problem. Since the d3 pawn is pinned, black might play pawn 4. So this could be a small problem. Okay, so anyways, let's play queen f3 first. Let's play queen f3. Oh, sorry. If we play queen f3, there could be queen capture a2 fork. Oh, okay. So this is a plan. So let's get our bishop in the game first, and let's get our bishop on d2. So this will help us to create discover attack on knight on a5. Okay, so pawn b5 attacking our bishop. Anyways, nothing to worry about because rook is pinning the pawn. Okay, so since there is a weakness, opponent themselves created a weakness. Let's add more attackers on c4. So this is a discovered attack on the knight and two or three attackers on the pawn. Right. So now knight capture pawn. You can also simply capture back with her pawn. So this time pawn capture knight is in our favor. We are having the trade in our favor. Now since we played bishop d2, our queen is safe. Okay, so now there are two attackers. There are two attackers. Bishop is in the danger. Opponent is threatening to capture bishop. Okay, for that, what can we do? We cannot add our rooks to save our bishop. Probably the only move is moving our bishop away. But the question is where? So one option could be bishop c3. This is a really good option. Attacking on the center, setting our bishop on this long diagonal. Okay, so here, black played queen capture queen. We can think about an in-between move, bishop capture pawn, check to the king. Wait, this is a huge blunder because after bishop capture pawn, we won't be able to get the queen because this queen would run away, and once we capture the queen, we would lose our bishop as well. So in total, we will lose our queen and bishop for queen only. That's why it is rook capture queen. Okay, so it's a queen capture queen check. We have to save our check first. So yeah, it's a fork as well. This is the only move. Yes, black could have captured it, but now on the queen side, pawn structure is completely damaged. So let's go with the check first. Bishop capture pawn, setting our bishop on the center square. Okay, now we can go for a beautiful skewer followed by rook b8. Okay, so now the opponent has saved the skewer. Okay, so what else we can do? Yeah, we can get the entry in the opponent's area. Rook b8. Okay, after that, it's a 4. Yeah, definitely we should not exchange. It's a 4 and as well as skewer on the bishop. Okay, so now a bishop is in the danger. So what we can do is we can simply get back this free pawn and attacking on the rook. Okay, so now rook is attacking our bishop. Where can we save? I think bishop on d4 should be better because it is on the center square and attacking on both the sides of the board. Okay, so now there are two hanging pawns. So what we can do is simply rook d6, getting one of the pawn. Yeah, here we are also ensuring the king restriction. Black king is not able to get the entry. Okay, so there we go. A free pawn, rook capture s6. So we are in now in a bishop rook endgame, rook b8, threatening checkmate in 1. Now we have to create an escape window by moving one of the pawn. So in this position, we see that black has opponent has dark square bishop. So we must not open dark squares. Rather, we should open light square so that it is good for us and there won't be any trouble from the bishop once we have king g2. Okay, so now opponent is attacking our bishop. Okay, before that, we can have rook capture free pawn check. It's a check, right? So even after king comes to d7, our bishop is safe. Okay, Now a bishop is in the danger. Let's save our bishop by pawn c3, keeping our bishop on the center square. Okay, so now there could be a tactics. So we are using a pin theme. We are using a pin theme. Okay, so we can use pin theme, rook c7. Also, we can go for rook h6 because then opponent won't be able to save pawn on h7. So this is a good for us. Then we will be having a three pass pawns. Okay, so rook capture pawn check. Yes, the opponent has to go to e8 or e6 to keeping the bishop safe. Okay, so now we are good to go with exchanging the bishop. Sorry, I would like to say rook, but no problem. Let's move our pawn d5 because this pawn will help us to create some pressure on the opponent. Okay, then now it's time to get our king in the game. Rook on the 7th rank, isolating the king. Bishop on the center square, maintaining the position. Okay, so now on f4 because this pawn can help us to create more pressure on the bishop. Okay, so now the bishop is pinned. The bishop cannot move because rook can capture the rook. That's why we are still safe. Now let's go with pawn f5, preparing pawn f6. Okay, so pawn a3, not a big problem for us. Yep, so let's create a pressure on the pin piece. Now the bishop is pinned because the rook is unsupported. After pawn f, opponent has to do something. Oh, oh, black played rook d7. But why black is offering a free bishop? Is there any trap? Rook b8 check, king to f2, then rook comes to b2 check 4. Then again we are saving our king, and then rook will capture. Okay, so it's not a big problem. Let's go with pawn capture bishop. Yeah. Now after rook check, king could capture this. That's why it is extremely important to save our pawn e7 first. Okay. So again, pawn e8 can be captured by king. Let's go with rook h8 check. Okay, very easy. f2 heading towards the opponent king. a3. We are not worrying about pawn on h2. Okay, so now bishop is in the danger, but we can easily promote our pawn into. So this is going to be checkmate now. We have queen and rook on the open files. Okay, so now starting with the check. Rook h6 because then king is only three options. Okay, then rook c6 check and queen g8 checkmate. Wow! So we won this game in 49 moves. It was in that game. So now our next step is to review the game on Leech's analysis. I'm requesting on Leech's server to analyze this game, what we played, and soon we'll get the game accurate. But it's still loading and finding out the accuracy of what we played. Okay, so analysis is completed and it says we have played this game with the accuracy of 85 percentage. Okay, and there is only 33 average centipon loss, which is really good achievement. Really good achievement. Let's see. where we made mistake. Let's see from the starting. Okay, so we started this game from Pony 4. So this was Italian game and opening wasn't the problem. Yep, so whatever we played up to here, it was all as per the computer line. Three, defending our pawn, capture. So if we see, even after move number 11, we were quite in good position, and the advantage is also plus 2.2, which is decent advantage to win this game. Okay, developing our knight, capture, capture. Okay, then we saved our bishop to open this semi-open file for rook. Okay, okay. Yeah, so this was slightly inaccurate because we missed bishop a3 from the black. That was best. Yeah, so then bishop 2, adding more attackers, captured, opponent prepared a battery to get the bishop for free. Okay, we defended our bishop by moving away. Yeah, so here it says bishop c3 was an inaccurate move. I suggest everyone, strongly recommend everyone who are highly reliable on analysis that don't focus on inaccuracy moves because these are the best moves as per the computer lines. We as a human cannot play as best as the computer lines. So that's why we should focus on blunders and mistake only. Captured, 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 captured there. So it was all good up to here. That turn was beautiful skewer with rook b8, but somehow opponent saved the rook also. And check, then 4. So this is how we continued in the middle game with the precise moves. Yep, so this was the one blunder throughout the game we made. It says we should have played bishop h6. Should have played bishop h6 because this would help us to capture the pawn, capturing another pawn, and also stopping the opponent rook's entry in the future. Okay, so back to the game. Bishop d4 was the blunder. Opponent made a blunder. Then we did a c4 and we have given the check first as per the computer line. And yeah, then we captured all the pawns and most of the path for our pawn promotion was very easy. Okay, then we keep moving the pawn to create pressure on the opponent. Yeah, so this was the only one mistake we made. We should have captured with rook capture pawn check, then rook capture rook, pawn capture back. Then after king capture pawn, then this could have been very easy to promote this pawn, either g3 pawn or c5 pawn. Back to the game. Pawn capture bishop was a mistake. Yeah. Then it was simple mating 7, promoting our pawn into queen and delivered a checkmate. Cool. So now it's time to see how good we have played as per chess.com. There we go. This is the chess.com. I'm copy and pasting the game here. So as you can see on your screen, game is loaded. And now let's click on the review. Now we'll get to know how good we have played as per the chess.com analysis. Wow. On chess.com it says we played with 82.3% accuracy. This is not bad. Not bad. Okay, so let's see the key moves throughout the game. Yes, this was all opening part, Italian game. Okay, then yeah, we took the advantage and then we kept our bishop in the game. Remember, we kept our bishop so that our bishop could be very helpful to attack and restrict the opponent's squares. Next, so this was the mistake. Okay, next. Okay, it was all capture. Equal middle game was going on. And yeah, this was a really bad move. Even chess.com and leeches, they both are suggesting the same. This was the bad move. Yep, so we will improve in our next game. Okay. Then game was continued and it was, yeah, this was again a mistake. On leeches, it was showing bishop c3 as an inaccurate move, but here it's showing bishop c3 as a mistake. Yep. So we should have played bishop capture pawn, a brilliant bishop sacrifice. This was the move we should have played as per the computer. Yep. So capture, all that captured f1 and yeah, and then we promoted our pawn into queen and we delivered a beautiful checkmate. Okay, so yes, so we have done the analysis on chess.com as well. So we first played a game on leeches, then we had analysis on computer leeches server, and we saw that we played up to 85. Then we analyzed our game on chess.com as well. So it was quite good. Okay, so now I request the viewers to ask your question if you have anything. If you have any queries, confusion, then please ask. I will be happy to answer you all. Okay, so seems there is nothing to ask. So okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. See you in the next live stream.